59 minutes. That was all President Arthur Vance had left in the Oval Office. Outside, a freezing January rain lashed against the bulletproof glass. Inside, the room smelled of old leather, stale coffee, and the impending end of a presidency. The moving boxes were stacked near the door. His legacy was secured, or so he thought. Until the secure line on his desk, the red phone that only 3 people in the world had the number to, began to ring. Arthur picked up the receiver, his thumb brushing against his worn wedding band. "This is Vance." "Happy retirement, Mr. President," a voice rasped. It wasn't a computer voice. It was a human throat shredded by years of cigarettes, cold and completely devoid of fear. "You have exactly 58 minutes before your motorcade leaves for the inauguration of your successor. And in 58 minutes, your entire life will end." Arthur's chest tightened. His knuckles turned white around the receiver. "Is this a joke? Who authorized this line?" "I know about the summer of 1998, Arthur," the voice whispered. Arthur stopped breathing. The room seemed to tilt. His heart hammered against his ribs like a trapped bird. Cold sweat broke out across his forehead, trickling down the side of his face. 1998. The quiet lake house in Maine. The sudden crash. The smell of burning gasoline and copper in the air. The mistake that he had buried under 26 years of power, money, and political favors. Who are you?" Arthur's voice cracked, dropping his usual polished politician persona. "It doesn't matter who I am. What matters is the document sitting in the top drawer of your resolute desk, underneath the leather folder." Arthur's trembling fingers reached for the brass handle. He pulled the drawer open. Nestled right under his personal notes was an official presidential pardon form, printed on heavy cream paper, already filled out. He pulled it into the light. The name written in stark black ink made his blood run cold. Victor Drake, the Night Sculptor, the most notorious serial killer in modern American history. A man who had terrorized the East Coast for a decade, leaving 12 victims behind in grotesque artistic poses. Drake was currently sitting in a Supermax facility in Terre Haute, scheduled to be executed by lethal injection in 3 hours. "No," Arthur breathed, shaking his head. "No, Drake is a monster. I can't pardon him. The public—" "If you sign that pardon," the caller interrupted, his tone chillingly casual, "Victor Drake walks out of prison a free man at midnight. If you don't sign it, the original dashcam video from Maine, along with the DNA match from the hit and run, will be broadcast to every major news network in the world in 55 minutes. You're asking me to release a butcher?" Arthur slammed his fist onto the desk. "He'll kill again." "Then you better make a choice, Mr. President," the caller laughed softly. "What matters more to you, the lives of strangers, or your freedom, your family, and your name etched in history? You have 54 minutes. Click. The line went dead. Dial tone. Arthur sank into his leather chair, staring at the paper. His hands were shaking violently. If he signed it, a monster went free to hunt again. If he refused, he would leave the White House in handcuffs, dragged to a federal prison while his family's name was dragged through the mud. Suddenly, a knock echoed at the Oval Office door. "Mr. President?" Chief of Staff Sarah Blake walked in, holding a tablet. "The Secret Service is prepping the cars. We need your final signatures on the routine executive orders." Arthur quickly flipped the pardon face down. "Sarah, get me the director of the FBI, now, on a private cell." Sarah paused, frowning. "Arthur, the FBI director just landed in Chicago. But why is Victor Drake's lawyer waiting in the outer lobby? He says you requested an emergency meeting?" Arthur froze. He hadn't requested anyone. "Tell him to come in," Arthur whispered. The door swung open. A man in a sharp charcoal suit stepped inside. He didn't look like a lawyer. His eyes were dead, hollowed out, and as he adjusted his tie, Arthur caught a glimpse of a faint, jagged scar running up his wrist, the signature mark of Victor Drake's inner circle. The man smiled, reaching into his coat pocket.